Hello, my Lammy Pups. This is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth. I'm back again doing your financial focused monthly tarot horoscope for the month of May 2015. This is for everyone with their ascendant sun or moon in the lovely Lammy Puff Scorpio. And just bear with me because I've been talking all day and my voice is kind of dead. So if I'm, constantly clearing my throat, that's why. And if I start to look a little bit disheveled, it's because it's almost midnight and I still have one to go. So, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. I should save that for my sex and relationships ones. I'm going to keep that in mind. I will be back saying that again, okay? But anyways, so this is using a new deck. This is the Tarot de Marseille deck. I'm not saying it right. This is a French deck, okay, by Pierre Madeny. Okay, and you can get this online on Amazon.com. And I took this deck and I made it my own, as you can see. All that lovely writing. Some of the cards have traditional meanings and some of them have my own interpretation of what they mean. So the Two of Swords isn't necessarily going to be the Two of Swords in the traditional sense at all. And I am disclaiming with every single video that I am not legally liable for any loss or financial loss that you may incur if you go out and make decisions based off this video, okay? This video is for entertainment only, and so I'm not responsible for any kind of crazy gambling or any kind of crazy risky business ventures or anything like that that you might do based on this video. This is a general reading as well, so if you'd like something really specific, please email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I'm happy to use this deck or any of the decks that I have that you want to get more of a specific outlook on your finances. But in general, for my lovely Lammy Puff Scorpios, for the month of May 2015, let's see what you guys get. And I don't think I shuffled enough. Hang on just a second. Just a moment. This deck is huge. It's like monstrous. Look at how big that is. It's a huge deck. Okay. Try again. There we go. And some of my cards have reverses, but most of them don't. Reason being, I didn't have room on the cards to write, and I like this to be a very positive deck. Finances are already tough enough, and I also do talk about relationships using this tarot deck because relationships can bring us financial prosperity or not. It's just like everything else. We could be overly focused on relationships and not focus enough on career, things like that. So, my dear lambs, let's see what we got for you. I will say in general that the more what I call coin cards you get, the more of, I guess you could say prosperity and abundance you're going to have as an outlook for your reading. And you didn't get any of those cards, but you did get this card, okay? And this card is the card that is actually in the back of the deck cover. And this is the Two of Pentacles, okay? This card is not the regular tarot meaning, okay? This card I wrote, cha-ching, making money, hand over fist, work-life balance in harmony, to share your money with others, to have enough for yourself and others. This is the money card, okay? This is a balanced budget. This is a great business. This is two businesses, or two jobs, or two opportunities, all of which are good, okay? but also there's love, okay? It says love no matter what and financial improvement, okay? So this, to me, because I see this sign as being the dollar sign, okay? That's why I'm calling this the cha-ching money card, okay? To me, this is where it's almost a figure eight. It's almost, but not quite a figure eight. And it would be perfection if it was. Obviously, there's always still challenges in life, but this card indicates you being in harmony, in the flow of money and in the flow of romance, in the flow of love too. So this is giving and taking, giving and taking. This is very good. For this, you to have this as the foundation, Scorpio, this is excellent, okay? Really excellent, because that means the whole reading is colored by this really harmonious, really positive money-making card, okay? So there's really not much else to say about it. I mean, it's really awesome, okay? I'm glad to see that. So now this is where we're going to kind of veer off course a little bit, because you do have some other things going on. Now that's also the distant past, okay? So that may have been going on, you in the flow, that could have happened 100 years ago, okay? But that's the distant past. So whatever that means to you, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, I'm getting some of you it's like 2 years ago. Some of you was really more recently, like last month. Maybe you did a business deal and you made a ton of money last month or last week. But it kind of is like, because you have such a solid foundation, I'm not worried about you, Scorpio. Not at all. And I never really am, because Scorpios financially always seem to come out on top. Even if they're having the worst financial times, they always find a way to make it through. Whether they have to, and this is whether you have to get a second job to make ends meet, that is totally up to you. But usually a Scorpio will work harder to make the money it needs. A Scorpio is not somebody who will sit on the couch and complain they don't have money. No, they'll go out and get it, okay? Most Scorpios. Now, if they have a lot of other planets, signs in their planets that really keep them and hold them back, than like Taurus or something, for instance, that's going to hold them back, because Taurus digs its heels in, goes very slowly, is very cautious, then Scorpio may have a difficult time doing it. But still, I still feel like Scorpio, it loves money. People that are have Scorpio in their chart, strong Scorpio, usually they have a need to have a strong foundation, a strong financial base, and they're willing usually to go out and work more than one job if they need to, okay? And that could indicate, for you, Scorpio, because we're talking about this, if you're struggling financially, my suggestion is to get a part-time job, or look on the little etc. jobs on Craigslist, or do something that can bring a little bit of extra money in for yourself. So you're on a certain track, and the track that you're on is temperance, okay? This is in the moment, what's going on with you. And the temperance card says, someone that can go from one extreme to the other with spending money. Extreme spending versus penny pinching, okay? If this is a business prospect, it indicates compromise and making good choices. To balance your checkbook, don't overspend or underspend, okay? So interesting, because you have this flow going on, which is carried over into the temperance, which is flow, okay? But sometimes it's overflow and sometimes it's underflow, okay? So here you had the harmony, and maybe you kind of lost it a little bit. You're out of your groove maybe recently. In the distant past, you had it, but now maybe you're not really so much in that flow, in that groove, okay? Maybe you have a lot of expenses, and then because you're so worried about losing all your money, you don't actually spend what you need to spend. You don't get what you need, It reminds me of a friend of mine who didn't even have like a a soap holder, you know what I'm saying, in their bathroom, like no soap holder, you know, and like no cup for their toothbrush and their toothpaste, you know, things like that, things that you kind of need, you know. Maybe someone going without toilet paper. God forbid that should ever be you. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't be too stingy, Scorpio. You know, and when you're stingy like that and you're clinging on, it doesn't allow the universe to give you more. Just remember that, okay? So anyways, what's crossing you is having to make hard choices. For business, this is avoid big decisions if possible. Loss will occur if taking risks. This is a card of damage control. A messy divorce, a legal battle which costs you plenty. It also indicates medical expenses or other big bills and expenses, collections agencies that are hounding you. So it's very interesting. I didn't even like read all of that when I was talking about this, the other ones. So that's really what's going on. That's what's going on right now. This is what's crossing you. Also, beware of love triangles and cheating. This will block your blessings, okay? And then it says choosing between one or more potential partners in romance and getting caught cheating, potentially. So you have a lot going on, Scorpio. I feel like this is very heavy stuff. This is not lighthearted stuff. You have a lot more going on than I think some of the other signs where, especially Libra's kind of at like a status quo place and like things aren't really moving. But for you, Scorpio, it just seems like you're very volatile. The word is volatile right now. Financially volatile. You need to be more careful. You need to get back into your flow, okay? And you're blocking your blessings. Any cheating, okay? Avoid any cheating. Don't get sucked into it. Don't get caught up into it. It's going to really bite you in the ass in the end, especially if you have any legal stuff going on or any big battles, okay? This is one of the more negative cards. Damage control. There is loss here. There is loss indicated here. So be very cautious about... Just be very mindful and cautious about what your actions are, what your choices are. If you're under a lot of stress, don't make it worse by going out and sleeping with whoever. It's not going to help, okay? It just won't. For those of you who are single, this is... just right now is not a time to take any kind of risks. Just keep that in mind. For those of you who are single, no risks in money. It's about being wise in your financial choices, being smart, being in your flow, okay? The recent past, you have the Knight of Cups. This is a man or woman. I see it as a man or woman because it looks like it could be a woman, right? Okay, we don't know. A man or woman who is bringing unexpected money. This is a visit from a friend or relative. It can indicate good news. This is a romantic proposal. This is to be asked out on a date. This also can indicate a repayment of a loan. So something good in the past happened. Good news. Maybe, somebody brought you a gift of some kind. You were hanging out with a friend. Maybe they were coming from out of town. Maybe this can be a romantic gesture where you have romance. You had romance on your mind. Okay, I still feel like you do because you also have the King of Swords. Okay. So the King of Swords is a man of power, would be very accomplished in business and career. This is a lawyer, doctor, senator, accountant, or just has a strong focus and desire to climb the ladder. Will be very successful in finances and in relationships. It says to desire a raise or promotion and to work hard. I see this as being a career card, okay? So you're working hard. So in the recent past, you had this maybe lighthearted moment. Maybe you were kind of flirting a little bit with this knight here, this knight in shining armor. And then it's possible that you've been dating around, or you have this new guy that's coming into your life, crowning you. I always think of it as, scene two, or sorry, yeah, scene three, scene two, or act two, scene one. Okay, Roy Despes, I can't say it in French, comes in. The Knight of Swords comes into your life. Okay, I think of it more as just. I feel it's less likely that's happened for some of you Scorpio ladies. That's happening, but I feel like it's more like something unexpected kind of happened. That was maybe romantic. Maybe you had a little flirtation, and now you're kind of just back to the grindstone, and you're working really hard, and you're accomplished at what you do, and you've kind of sunk your head back into the sand of your career. And that's for guys and girls, okay? And, I feel like some of you are really in conflict here with relationships because you've got an immediate future, the War of the Roses. I call it the War of the Roses, okay? And this is the Seven of Swords, okay? This is arguments and epic battles. Someone who fights to win can indicate passion, desire for sex, and I'll wink, Scorpio. Or an argument that ends in sex can indicate conflict or breaking up or need to fight or stand up for yourself. This is knowing the truth, cutting through the bullshit. Beware of tricks, liars, and cheaters, using your sword of truth to win the argument and stand up for yourself, okay? I also put sex for this relationship is key. This is someone who's focused on having sex, okay? Which, Scorpio, this clearly is a reading about you, okay? But, you kind of have two cards about, you have a messy divorce or breakup, and then you have what I call a breakup because, or conflict and arguments because of cheating involved. Either way, this is like a storm that's brewing, you know what I'm saying? This is not what I want to see for you. My computer slowed down, so I'm going to have to pause it for a moment.